They just don't care about making good games. They just care about their agendas. They care about their narratives. They care about their insert characters. They care about everything except making a good, fun game with interesting plot lines, with well-designed characters, with well-written characters and well-written stories, with good world building, you know, all that. Have you ever wondered why today games are very, how do you say it, unmasculine? Outside of God of War, obviously, right? But like why video games have become slowly over time very, very, how do you say it, gay? Right? Now, that's not necessarily unmasculine, right? Because there's a lot of masculine gay men, right? Video games has definitely spiraled into this whole downward spiral about inclusivity. Now, I don't really care about inclusivity that much. I just care about the over-exaggeration of it, right? I don't think making a character in the game black or Asian or whatever, right? I don't think that is inclusive exaggeration or saturation. I think that's fine, right? We can have, you know, any culture, any skin color, any race, whatever, right? I don't really care about that. It's just more like whenever the whole character surrounds around the fact that they are, let's say, they are black, they are gay, they are this. Like, there's only one crucial thing that stands out about this character, and something that is just terrible for story writing, right? Like, I don't care if they're gay. Are they cool? No, are they badass? Do they have a big sword? Like, I really don't care, bro. This guy could literally be walking around as like a fucking tankini that's like all like pink and sparkly. But if he beats up motherfucker with a giant sword, I'm gonna be like, yeah! You know? Anyway, that's a long intro. But yeah, so why are video games gay now? So let's see what we got.
All right, look, if you're a mod on Reddit, you're not gonna be able to handle this video. I've gotten banned from Reddit like 10
Gaming circle jerk? What is that? How do you get banned from Reddit? I don't really use Reddit, so that's probably why.
times because I showed up and asked you homos a simple question and y'all can't answer it, so you banned me.
I see. I'm starting to see the problem already. Hold on. Let me go back.
On Reddit, you're not going to be able to handle this video.
Bro, this AI art's crazy, bro. This generation is insane. Insane.
Video. I've gotten banned from Reddit like 10 times because I showed up and asked you.
Why do we need a gay Star Wars? I agree. Now, like I said, you know, I don't care if they are gay. I really don't care. As long as they are a good written character. Like, Bon Clay is one of my favorite characters in One Piece. Bro is gay as fuck. All right? Like,
homos a simple question and y'all can't answer it, so you ban me.
Yeah.
So if you spend a lot of time on Reddit, we already know you wear women's clothes. We know your wife has a boyfriend, and we know you drive a Prius.
Who says they got a wife? The fuck?
So just click off. You're not going to like this video. Now for the rest of you, straight dudes, giga chads, can we talk?
Oh, I'm sorry, bro, but this is very cringe. I'm very sorry, but this is very cringe, but okay, pop off.
Why are video games gay now? If you look at the front page of Xbox Game Pass right now, you will see what I mean. Okay. Magical delicacy. Explore an unfamiliar town and deliver tasty treats to the townsfolk. Learn new ways to traverse, discover secrets, and experience a unique witchy world. I
mean, that sounds like a very casual kind of game.
The LGBTQ crowd are satanic devil worshippers, so of course they have witches in their game. No Giga Chad would actually play this slop. We would say, "Get behind me, Satan," while we leave to go play Kingdom Come Deliverance and...
Oh, this whole narrative about being, like, against Satan and all this, so cringe, man. Like, I get when people are Christian, they are, like, against, like, devil worshippers, but let's be honest, bro, like, people that literally worship the devil, they are mentally ill. Like, and some of you fucking Christians are also mentally ill, bro. Like, let's be honest. You're, like, two sides of the same coin. Let's...
Old school Rainbow Six games. So did anybody actually play this satanic dog shit game? No, of course not. It's a complete failure. What about Flintlock, Siege of Dawn?
Never heard of it.
Girl Boss, check. Black Lesbian Woman, check.
Okay.
One reviewer said this: A44 plays with the history of humanity and mythology to shape its particular world. Let me translate that last sentence for you. It probably has a bunch of men who like to dress up in women's clothes in it. The word to look out for when you see this stuff is inclusive. Inclusive is a synonym for satanic as far.
What? This gotta be a satire video, right? Like, there's gonna be a lot of rage bait moments in this video for sure.
As far as I'm concerned now, because they're not actually inclusive. Are they including fundamentalist Islamic people who think homosexuality is wrong?
Okay, hold up. Let me cook.
No. Are they including Russians and Polish people who think being gay is wrong? No.
Nope.
Are they including Asian women with diabetes who live in Akron, Ohio? No. So it's never actually been about inclusion because
Correct.
they aren't inclusive of people who disagree with them. They're pushing the inclusion of a very specific group of people. People who have been outed for child loving, people in the LGBTQ movements, etc.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course, fat liberal white women.
Yeah. I mean, he's right.
But back to the Xbox stuff. And by the way, I historically have been an Xbox guy, but it is an absolute tragedy where Xbox is headed. And I'm just going to be real with y'all about this. This is not some kind of thing where I'm dunking on Xbox because PlayStation is just as bad in this regard.
Okay.
Last of Us 2 was a woke abortion that killed off the only thing that made the game worth playing, Joel. Aloy is the definition of a fat girl boss who needs to put down the cookies and go for a run. Oh wait, but what about Concord, the new premier live service game for the PS5 that looks like a training seminar on diversity? To say the game bombed would be an understatement. Concord had a peak of 2,388 players at launch. Even Starfield on Xbox had a peak of 380,000 on Steam. And this is like your premier game on PS5 right now. Insane. But
I've never heard of that game before.
jumping back to Xbox for a second, it's absolutely wild to consider the state that Xbox is in.
Also, is this a gameplay what he was criticizing for the game one? Is this a gameplay? Because it looks alright. Doesn't look bad. As like very Souls-like kind of aesthetic.
Right now compared to where it was 20 years ago. One of the things I always loved about Xbox is how masculine and bro-y Xbox used to be. And Xbox knows this about itself. They had games like Halo, Gears of War, the America's Army games, all the military games. Xbox even had The Rock come out when their console launched in November 2001. Microsoft knows exactly who their target market is. Straight dudes. I would also argue that Xbox still knows who their target market is today. They're just ignoring it because of ESG and BlackRock.
Bro, BlackRock is... Yeah, that's literally the epiphany, I mean, of like woke garbage, man. Like BlackRock forces everything to like be woke, and then they're gonna support the thing like with a gigantic amount of money. I don't know where they get the money from, but like somehow they can support all these games that are woke garbage, and then they make these games that are so overpriced.
And the shadowy fuckers, the satanic strings behind all this stuff. But I'll get to that later. So Xbox is definitely aware that it's straight, heterosexual men mostly playing their games. Do you know?
Yeah, because the majority of men are straight, heterosexual male. Sorry to break it to you, but that's just how it is.
Know how we know that? Just look at the games they play.
Fortnite? Okay, well, I mean, to be fair, if you play Fortnite, you're pretty gay, not gonna lie. Call of Duty, yeah, makes sense. Roblox, kids, yep. College football, 100%, yep. Rainbow Six Siege, 100%, yep. Kids, Minecraft. I mean, Minecraft is also pretty, you know, pretty masculine, you know? A lot of people that play Minecraft are, you know, are adults. Then GTA, obviously, NBK, yep. And Apex, gay men. No, I don't think so. I don't think Apex players are majority gay men. I think Apex is still a very dominated hetero men game. And then Elden Ring, that's 100% it. Bro, Elden Ring might be the best example out of this, because if you are a woke person who is get offended by anything, you're not surviving Elden Ring. You're not.
These are the top 10 most played games on Xbox right now. So we can remove Minecraft and Roblox because it's definitely kids playing those. And we can remove Apex because it's mostly homosexual men playing that game.
Yeah,
what you have left is 7 games that are definitely mostly being played by straight, normal dudes. So,
I mean, you could put Fortnite in kids also. Let's be honest. The majority of people that actually play Fortnite are children.
Why? Why is Xbox forcing LGBTQ slop on us when it's so obvious that gamers are still overwhelmingly angry, straight, edgelord males? Well, now we're getting down to it. And the reasons are this. Number 1, BlackRock and the satanic forces that are trying to shape our society right now.
True.
BlackRock is a multi-trillion-dollar company that owns all of these companies that isn't interested in making money anymore. They're interested in social progress, what they call evolution. See, if they can change your buying habits to buy what they want to sell.
Yeah, but that's not how it works, though. Just because you make these like games that nobody wants to buy and play, that doesn't change people's opinions about them. Like, people would just stop playing games. Is all they get is like garbage, terrible, woke games, you know?
Then they will have consumers for life. In between visits to Epstein's Island, BlackRock execs talk about the destruction of individual cultures and the raising up of a new global corporatism. See, because if they can destroy your culture and blend you in with everyone else like Starbucks, then they have billions.
I mean, Starbucks are soy boys anyways. Bro, there's no way you're like a masculine dude that buys Starbucks. Let's be honest.
Of reliable global consumers for life. I mean, if we're being 100% real right now, this is the coming of the Antichrist that was spoken of in the Bible. It's the new LGBTQ mafia. Revelations 13 says this: He required everyone, great and small, rich and poor, slave and free, to be given a mark on the right hand or on the forehead, and no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. Dude, I will literally die before I let them put that junk on me. Amazon and Whole Foods are literally already allowing you to pay with your palm. We are not this far away from that stuff. So basically, it makes money for all these shadowy fuckers who are into child loving.
How is that relevant?
Undermines culture, it attacks Christianity, and they're using the demonic LGBTQ stuff to lead the way with this stuff. But before I completely get lost in conspiracy theory land, let me get back practically to why the gay agenda is being pushed so hard in video games right now.
Okay.
Reason number 2, Xbox and other big companies desperately need new revenue streams.
Then they shouldn't make those games because they don't sell.
Check out this revenue chart of video games from the past 50 years. Did you know that the profit of the 3 big console makers, Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation, has been hovering around $30 billion since 2011? Isn't that wild? So basically, Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation have been fighting over the same players since 2011. So this is why they're pushing the gay stuff so hard. This is why you see Flintlock and Magical Delicacy and Dungeons of Hinterberg and all.
No, I don't think that's the reason. I think the reason why you see games like this is, well, these people have grown up in this culture where they grew up as like gays, as in like trans, as in like all the other mental illnesses, and now they are adults and they can make games, and they're gonna make games about things that they like, and they just hope that other people are gonna like it too. That's why they make these games. Back in the day when they made games, they were thinking, all right, what does the consumer like? What is like a good game? What are like good features? What like makes the game fun? But nowadays, like, okay, what kind of agenda can I push in this story without it being too obvious, and still being a pretty decent game? You know, I think that's more the angle you should be getting for
all this woke slop on the front page of Xbox Game Pass.
I mean, it's Xbox Game Pass. The games on Xbox Game Pass are not getting sold. So that's why they put it on the Game Pass, so people actually play it.
Phil Spencer's gamble right now is that he can somehow capture a new audience and get a new audience to play video games. But I don't know if you've noticed, no women are picking up Xbox controllers because there's another cute indie game.
Yeah, that's more like a Nintendo thing. I feel like a lot of like women play on the Switch. compared to like Xbox or PlayStation. Obviously, there's still women that definitely are gamers, right? That like play Xbox and PlayStation or PC or for that matter, right? But it's still a really small minority.
No kids are picking up Xbox controllers because of cute indie games. Women, when they do game, are playing on their phones. Kids are mostly playing games on their phones, their iPads, and their PCs. My niece and nephew hate consoles and hate controllers. Sitting in front of a TV and playing a console is something solely men between the ages of 25 and 50 do. And yet Xbox seems dead set on completely ignoring this. Reason number 3, games are so gay right now because of the people working at game companies.
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
Look at the staff photos of companies like id Software and Arcane and Activision in the 90s, and then look today, and you will see what I'm talking about. In the 90s...
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say this is better, but it's definitely less bad than whatever this is.
These companies were full of edgelords, straight dudes. This is why we got manly-ass characters like Doom Guy and Duke Nukem and Call of Duty. But today, think about who is going to college to study video games.
Yeah. God. They just look at too, man. Like, you just...
It's all kids who are confused about their gender and into anime and wear tails to school.
Hey, what's wrong with anime, bro? you can just diss anime like that, bro. Nah, don't do that shit.
Young men who like to dress up as women and talk about needing a mental health day are the people who work at game companies now. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, a mental health day, some people actually need that shit though. Especially if they're like autistic or something. Not even in a severe manner, right? Like a severe degree of autism. No, just like a regular degree of autism, whatever that means. Like some of those people just like they just get burned out because whenever they're getting told like, you know, put 100%, they're going 100%, right? Like they're going full on focus, full on energy, like until they are exhausted physically and mentally, right?
Can I have a mental health day? Man, I wish I didn't have to spend a 12-hour shift welding pieces of metal together on a 30-story building. Can I just be a homo and have a mental health day? So anyway, the way it has been explained to me by people who work in the industry is that all these rich white kids who are confused about their sexuality went to places like SCAD and Full Sail and other video game colleges, and they got jobs at Ubisoft and Activision and Rockstar and, you know, companies that used to make cool games but make gay stuff now.
Yeah, I think that there's some truth in that. However, it's also... just because they make these games, right? Eventually they'll realize that these games are not getting sold because nobody likes them. These games are not getting making money, and then they have to like change their strategies. They have to fire these people. They have to hire people that are more like-minded, like the people that actually play video games. And it's just a process, bro. Like, just give it time. Like now we get all this like garbage woke slob. But eventually, you know, we get our God of Wars, you know? Stuff like that.
And do you know how I know this?
Elden Ring.
Because
you know, there's still hope.
Has like 50 homo initiatives right now for people who work on their games. Inclusion officer.
Diversity, equality, and inclusion 2020-22. Look back. In 2022, we increased the representation of Activision Blizzard King employees who identify as woman or non-binary by 2% points. Why does that matter? Why are you not hiring people that are actually good at making video games? Are good at, you know, coding, animation, whatever the fuck, like whatever you need for making a video game? Why are you like hiring based on something completely irrelevant, like their gender and their gender identity? That's so dumb. It's so stupid.
Diversity expert, sensitivity training officer, sensitivity reader. Like, guys, just get back to World of Warcraft. Get back to StarCraft. Just make fucking good games. The guys in the 90s, they were just making cool shit. id Software in the 90s and Infinity Ward in the 2000s was just making cool, edgy shit. And now they're having seminars on inclusion and diversity.
Yeah, that's just a weird character. Just like with Venture from Overwatch, like it's an ugly character.
Diversity. Do we still wonder why games are dog shit now? Also, honestly, dude, I don't think any of this junk is going to change anytime soon, because think about Phil Spencer and think about the people around him right now. He's got Sarah Bond. He's probably got a bunch of trans and gay people working for him. And he now has to look these people in the face and say, hey guys, cancel all those stupid games y'all are making and let's hire some manly people in here because that's what our audience wants. Like, he's never going to do that, dude.
Yeah, no.
Xbox and PlayStation are going to keep ramming this LGBTQ slop down our throats for a while. And guys, this kind of gets to the question of what can we do about it? We're just going to stop playing this trash. We're going to go buy old games, buy old edgy games, and stop playing any modern video game because they're trash.
Yeah, no, not really, because Elden Ring is like the most recent one. That's been very good, right? Definitely buying that, definitely playing that. There's gonna be like Son Wukong, like Wukong, whatever the fuck. Hold on, let me check. Oh, that isekai. Oh, that isekai. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Wulong? No, that's not it. There, Black Myth Wukong, you know? Like, Ghost of Tsukushima, that's a very good game. Lies of P. I have a bunch of games I want to play, but there's a lot of games that are coming out that are still pretty good, right? But we just have to ignore all the bad things, you know? We just don't spend money on bad things and bad games. And I feel like anime games are very big culprit of this, because they keep buying these garbage fucking games. Like, for example, the new Naruto and the Jujutsu Kaisen game. They were both awful, but they still keep buying it, playing it, and buying the season passes, and they'll never, you know, they'll never reach the message like, oh, these games don't sell, let's change up our tactics, you know?
If you see something modern with a homo flag in it, delete it and uninstall it. Don't play Call of Duty. Don't play Overwatch. Don't play Apex.
No, I'll keep playing Overwatch, bro. Overwatch is too good. It's such a terrible game, but it's too good. I just love playing Genji. Genji's the only character in Overwatch that I play, because he's the only character I actually care about.
Don't play Fortnite. Support Russian and Eastern European games. Play Ready or Not. Play Tarkov. Play Stalker and Stalker 2. Look, I'm American and I love America, and I hate that I have to recommend games from the East right now, but I do. Russian, Chinese, Japanese games still have some semblance of morality and normal masculinity in them.
Correct.
Meanwhile, anything made in Homo Sweden or Homo Germany or Homo England or Homo America is going to be gay and woke. Oh, and how could I forget Homo France? So guys, in closing, join the Andy Pants Gaming Discord and you will find like-minded people who agree with us and want to talk about this stuff. Also, on the side, I'm thinking of starting a virtual meetup where we literally just study God's word, the Bible, together and reject modernity and talk.
Oh my god, bro, this is so weird. I mean, you know, get your Bible study group, who cares, bro, but I don't know.
Talk about what it looks like to be a Christ follower and reject this stuff in our culture today. So comment Bible down below if you think you might want to be involved in that. Thanks, guys. And it seriously means the world to me that y'all follow this and like this stuff. All right.
Oh boy. Okay. So, I mean, you made some decent points here and there. I do think you got some things right. But it's very superficial. I think it's a little bit more intricate than just, oh, well, gay people are making games now, so that's why. I think more of like they are figuring out what the good balance is between like woke and, you know, a fun game. And now they are very pushing with the agendas, right? Just like Baby Inc. You know, Baby Inc.'s one of the big culprits from that. They make games and they are so like pushing a narrative and pushing an agenda, which is which is like unrelated to the real story of the game or like the real plot of the game. They just shoehorn it in. But then again, we have like games like, you know, God of War, Elden Ring, you know, stuff like that. Can't think of anything else right now. So there is hope for the gaming community, but like it's just something that's happening right now. Like I said, they're trying to like find this balance between like a good game and a good story, which is also inclusive in some way, in some form. But I feel like they are making the inclusive part a way too big of a priority. And then the people are gonna say, "Oh, but you just want a game where it's just white people and being straight." Like, no. The fuck? Like, one of my favorite games of all time is arguably Rayman 3. Okay? There's no white men. There's no straight relationships. It's just a game about a fucking armless, legless, neckless rabbit that can shoot his hands and can jump twice. Alright? And has like a propeller with his ears, like some Tails type shit. And then he gets like these power-ups that come from these, I don't know, cans, where you can beat people up with like spiky gloves. If you just heard that for the first time and you were like, oh shit, that sounds fun. Yeah, it is. It is. The plot is basically, there's like your best friend Roblox, right? That's a frog. And he swallows this black fucking fly, right? That tries to like take over the world. And he just does like this weird stuff. And he gets drunk and he gets controlled. And, you know, you have to like save him from that black fly. And in the meantime, you go again, like you come across like these wizards that try like these methods to get this fly out of him, which mostly never succeed. Eventually they do, obviously, right? And you kind of save the world as well. But the game design is fantastic. The OSTs are fantastic. The level designs, the characters, the voice acting. Like Rayman 2 is pretty much the perfect game. I'm just gonna say it. So yeah, it's just games are supposed to be fun, and I feel like they have really just forgotten that games are supposed to be fun, right? First and foremost, games should be fun, okay? Whatever else you add to it, if it doesn't ruin the fun of the game, if it doesn't ruin narrative or doesn't shoehorn like an agenda into it, a lot of people are just very annoyed and just frankly some disgusted with. That's what the game should be. Game should be fun. It should work well. It's good mechanics. The lore or the plot it should be at least decent, and it should look good. Like those are the 5 things you need in a game: good plot / lore, fun mechanics, a good functioning game, a game that is fun, and what else did I say? Well designed, I think. I don't know. I remember what I said, but like those are like 5 things that are crucial for making a good game. And I feel like now they just don't care. They just don't care about making good games. They just care about their agendas. They care about their narratives. They care about their insert characters. They care about everything except making a good, fun game with interesting plot lines, with well-designed characters, with well-written characters and well-written stories, with good world building, you know, all that, you know, a good story around a game. Like, look at Borderlands, for example. Like, Borderlands is like one of those franchises that has like really good lore, very good gameplay, well-balanced game, good mechanics, and overall a very, very sick art style. Like, that's it, bro. Like, if you try to make a good game, look at Borderlands, okay? Take what was this game? BioShock. BioShock's a very good game. Very good game series, actually. Spider-Man. Spider-Man franchise has been popping off lately. Little Nightmares. They have good lore and plot. The Batman Arkham series. That's a very, very good series. A game like Stray. Stray was a very good game when it came out. You know, there's a lot of good games that came out. It's just getting like overshadowed by our negative minds that just only register all these negative and bad games, and then we make this like whole perception where we get like this whole perception about games being bad, games being like terribly written, games having all these woke agendas, and you know, all about just all around being terrible, right? Yeah, so we just gotta, you know, look past all the woke nonsense. We should look past all the bad games and we just focus on all the good games we're getting, alright? Because there have been very, very good games coming out. And they proceed to be, you know, gonna come out, you know? So yeah, anyway, do you think games are becoming really gay or not? Do you agree with this like whole like satanic agenda he was pushing? I don't think every person that's gay is satanic, or any in the community at all for that matter. However, I do think there's a portion of them. I mean, all communities have those, you know. All communities have like these people that are just insane. And the bad part is, because of social media, those people are getting saturated to the point where that's the only people you know in those communities. Because the people that are normal in the community, you know, they are just, you know, they're just people. They just happen to be gay. They just happen to be trans. They just happen to be, okay, I mean, non-binary, I just think it's weird. I don't think that's normal. I think that's just a mental issue. You know, but like, there's normal people out there that are, you know, part of that community, so to speak, right? Some of them don't even want a part of the community. That says a lot. If there's a whole community surrounding like this narrative that you are, if you like this mental deficiency, right? Where you're either like gay or trans or whatever, and then some of the people that should be included in those communities don't want to be in that. Like that should say a lot. Right? But anyway, there's not like a video about me ranting about how LGBTQ community is toxic and terrible community overall. I was ending the video, yeah. So yeah, that was the video. Let me know what you think about it. Wait, I didn't check the comments, hold on. I miss the days when games weren't propaganda. I agree. It's 2008 again, I miss calling everything gay. I miss the days when we play as masculine men, screaming bloody murder, swinging swords, shooting bad guys, and romancing hot women. I mean, that sounds like a good time. Bro got straight to the point and spoke his mind with no worry, respect. Yeah, I mean, I got respected, you know? He got a very controversial opinion. And it takes courage to, you know, display that. However, like, the worst that can happen is people get mad at you on Twitter, so. I would know because I pissed people off on Twitter today. So right, I was getting off hand. Next time, you know, there's going to be inclusiveness and diversity on the US dollar bills. Once that started, mark my words, I'm leaving this country. No, you're not. You're not leaving. What's truly scary is that at this point, this isn't even an exaggeration. Not only video games that are gay now. Yep, everything is gay. However, the new the Fallout show, I think that was very good. That was like a very recent new thing. Same with like the One Piece adaptation, that was very good. They can make a lot of good things. It just somehow they just don't make good things anymore. Anyway, those were the comments. This was a video. Let me know what you think, and that's about it.